To Rachel Scott, who's here in the studio with us, with the latest on former President Trump, who is promising that he will fire the special counsel if he returns to the White House. Good morning, Rachel.
Michael, good morning to you. Yes, Donald Trump painting a picture of what a second term would look like if he wins the White House, vowing to fire the special counsel investigating his efforts to overturn the 2020 election, and promising mass deportations as he dials up his rhetoric on immigration while campaigning out west.
And a very special hello to Arizona.
Overnight, former President Donald Trump, who has put immigration at the center of his campaign, escalating his rhetoric, insisting the U.S. has become a, quote, garbage can for the rest of the world because of its border policies.
She has unleashed an army of migrant gangs who are waging a campaign of violence and terror against our citizens. We're a dumping ground. We're like a garbage can for the world.
The former president campaigning out west, vowing to fire the special counsel investigating his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Trump saying if reelected, getting rid of Jack Smith would be, quote, one of the first things addressed. Later, even calling for him to be thrown out of the country.
Jack Smith is a scoundrel. I would fire him within 2 seconds.
After nearly 2 years of investigating, Smith has brought over 40 charges against Trump. If elected, they will all be dismissed. The former president also praising the federal judge he appointed that threw out Smith's other case, alleging Trump mishandled classified documents that he stored at his Florida residence.
We had a brave, brilliant judge in Florida. She's a brilliant judge, by the way. I don't know her. I never spoke to her. But we had a brave and very brilliant judge.
ABC News has reported that judge, Eileen Cannon, is on a Trump campaign document as a potential candidate for attorney general. Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign accusing Trump of thinking he's above the law, adding these latest comments are right in line with the warnings made by Trump's former chief of staff that he wants to rule as a dictator with unchecked power. Trump's former chief of staff, retired four-star General John Kelly, said his former boss praised Adolf Hitler, met the definition of a fascist, and would rule as a dictator if he could.
He's certainly the only president that has all but rejected what America is all about. And what makes America America.
Trump now firing back, calling Kelly a nasty bully.
John Kelly was a man of rather low intelligence who was a tough guy who became a marshmallow. At the end, the guy couldn't even talk.
It's a far cry from how Trump praised Kelly when he was still in office.
General Kelly has been a star, done an incredible job thus far, respected by everybody. A great, great American.
Kelly served his country for decades. His son died in combat in Afghanistan. This morning, he is not the only one warning about Trump. Mitch McConnell, the longest-serving Senate Majority Leader in U.S. history, blasting his fellow Republican in a new book, calling him stupid, ill-tempered, a narcissist, and a despicable human being, calling his MAGA movement completely wrong, and calling his actions on January 6 indictable offenses, adding, I just hope that he'll have to pay a price for it. And overnight, another headline. Former model Stacey Williams telling CNN about alleged sexual misconduct by Donald Trump in the early 90s. Williams telling CNN she was allegedly introduced to Trump by Jeffrey Epstein, claiming the now Republican nominee groped her at a meeting.
The second he was in front of me, he pulled me into him, and his hands were just on me and didn't come off.
Williams, a Democrat who supports Kamala Harris, telling CNN she came forward after speaking in a documentary 2 years ago about the incident that is now being released. The Trump campaign responding in a statement saying the claims 2 weeks before the election are unequivocally false. So back to some of those statements from McConnell. He has endorsed Trump. His team telling us in a statement, whatever I have said about the president pales in comparison to what J.D. Vance, Lindsey Graham, and others have said about him, but we are all on the same team now. Of course, Donald Trump's own running mate has criticized him in the past, George.
Okay, Rachel, thanks very much.